wanted to stay with the kid?
I'm mom.
Your mom.
Oh, your mom.
Okay, Wendy, come here.
Okay, give me a minute,
Just a
lady.
minute.
Okay.
He still wanted to kill Justin.
You want to tell me what's going on?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because he was harming himself yesterday.
How's he harming himself? Define harming himself for me, please.
He stabbed himself with a pencil until it was bleeding. There was blood all over yesterday. I don't know why it wasn't done yesterday. When I came in this morning, they suggested that I do a risk assessment to make sure he didn't want to harm himself or someone else. And I met with him. We had a good talk. He had his lunch, but he still could not say that he would not harm Justin. I saw him, and I asked him if he wanted to harm himself. He said, "You know what? Every day I want to harm myself." I said, "You know what? You don't have to feel that way." We talked about the possibility of medication, but I said, "Hey, that's between you and the doctor and your parent." He said, "You were angry because..." I said, "Well, why is she angry?" He said, "Because I'm seeing Lauren." I said, "Okay. I just want him to be okay. I just want him to
He
be
is
with him."
okay.
Okay, good.
Y'all, the school, the resource officer, escalate situations that don't need to be escalated when things could be handled with a simple phone call to me. Now, leaving a message on my cell phone when I am not able to answer it is not communicating with me. Asking me to return a phone call, and when I do, no one answers it or returns that call is not communicating with me.
I didn't leave you a message.
Miss Chamberlain did.
I'm sorry that she didn't get a hold of you. Oh, you're right. I knew that. I knew that. And you're right. It's not communicating.
And now I'm stuck in this situation where the state is once again kidnapping my son against my will. That's what Baker acting is.
I only want him to be okay.
He is okay.
Okay, good. He attacked
What's-
an officer. He was okay. When we were talking with the officer, he was okay. And then he got angry and attacked the officer and would not.
What is attack the officer? Did he swing on the officer, or did the officer put his hands on him first?
I don't know who touched him first.
Because if the officer put his hands on my son first, then yes, he will fight back.
Excuse me, you have to wait a few minutes.
Caskey, yes.
Yes, my dear. So, my name is Tanya. Registration. I need to register your son.
I need to see my son.
The nurse said they'll come out. They're just,
Okay.
you just came in. They're just getting
Yes.
squared.
Okay.
I'm a psychologist. I came with from the high school, but I see mom's here, so he's okay because mom's here, so I'm going to go back to school unless you need
Give
anything.
them just 1 minute to sit up and you can go to patient room. Okay? Is it first time visit in this hospital?
No, I believe he's been here before, but that's besides the point. I'm not giving anyone anything until I see my son.
Pardon me? No.
Who is the officer? What is his name?
Officer, I think it's Chance is his last name. He's the SRO at Charlotte High School.
I would like a copy of his report immediately.
The nurse will come.
You need anything? My name's Wendy Major. Just one help, that's all. Dr. Stiles is one of the...
That's what I'd like to know. I am recording everything for my own protection since there are police involved.
Who you want there, doctor?
Hi, I'm his mother. I'd like to know exactly what happened. Can someone please tell me where's the arresting officer?
There is no arresting officer. Here, we can go out here and talk. Alright,
I am
so
recording everything for my own protection as well as yours.
no, that's fine. Alright, so basically what happened, I'm Officer Farley, Point Police Department. What happened was your son was at the trial high today, and Officer Terry Chow, he's the acting SRO for the high school, he came and requested another unit to have him checked out for Baker Act. I'm CIT certified, which means I'm the one that does all the Baker Act and anything to do with mental illness or drugs. I went to a special class, so they usually want an officer that's certified to talk to them. I arrived on scene to walk upstairs because they usually have them in like little administration area, and at that point in time, your son was fighting with our school resource officer, so he was put to the ground.
Why was he fighting with the officer? Was the officer trying to put him in handcuffs, and why?
No, he was not trying to do.
Why was he fighting with the officer?
I'm trying to continue the story. So he was on the ground. We finally had to put him in handcuffs for his own safety because he was trying to punch up officers and get up, and he was just a danger to himself and others. We were finally able to get him under control, talk to him. He kind of loosened up a little bit, but he's still trying to, fight and break out. So EMS came here to transport him. The officer, Perry Chow, decided not to arrest him for battery against a law enforcement officer or any other charges that he could have brought up. He instead wanted to do a Baker Act on your son because he felt that the mental illness problem that he has would be a little bit more suitable instead of arresting him. Because at the end of the day, arrest, all it's really doing is just marking somebody's record and making it, just a pretty bad day. Mm-hmm. While a Baker Act, maybe you can get some help, maybe you can talk to somebody, maybe you can work out the issues that he has. Mm-hmm. So that's basically everything I got for you right now. And by all means, any questions?
I would like to know why Officer Chow felt that it was necessary to have any kind of physical contact with my son.
Okay, your son actually brought it up to that level of escalation.
How did he bring it up to that level of escalation? What did he do?
Okay, he was being detained as a Baker Act. Mm-hmm. We have to evaluate him for his mental status.
So the officer informed him that he was being Baker acted, placed his hands upon my son, at which time my son began to fight back.
No, not at all.
I was going to get Baker acted, I walked away, and then it happened to escalate.
And then they grabbed you or whatever?
Yeah, basically what he said, he was attempting to walk away, so Officer Chow had to stop him from walking away because at that point in time he's detained. He can't freely leave school and or any other area, and that turned into physical altercation.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay, and I was informed by a representative of the school that my son sustained injuries during this. That's why we're here?
Yeah, anytime that a situation like this, you always have to bring him to the hospital first. Funny,
because when this happened when he was in the 3rd grade, he was taken straight to Bayfront, straight to the health thing. So
I can't really tell you about 3rd grade. All I can tell you about is here and now. I was just a little weak kid in 3rd grade. When your son was in 3rd grade, so I have no idea back then. I can only tell you what's going on right now. So.
Deja vu all over again. That's what's going on right now.
Totally understand. It's definitely a hard time.
And who made the determination that he has a mental health problem?
It was just from the training experience that we all had that he was going to be placed under Baker Act because he said he wanted to kill another student.
That other student made a threat against him that was written on the bathroom wall and photographed by a teacher. Are you aware of that?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, so that's why he wanted to kill the other student. It was because the other student first threatened to kill him, which all of this could have been, and should have been handled by the officials at the school and not involve the police in any way, shape, or form. And I'm sorry that you're drug into this situation. I understand it's not your fault, but I believe that none of this is necessary, and I do not agree with my son being Baker acted. I believe that the state is formally, against my will, kidnapping my child.
Okay, I mean, you can believe that. That's definitely not what's going on.
That is what's going on.
All right, no problem. If you'd like, bring the lieutenant to talk to you.
That'd be fine. I don't want my son Baker acted. He doesn't need to be Baker acted. This is unnecessary.
All right, no problem.
How are you? You are?
Lieutenant Booker.
I'm Hillary Caskey. I'm Solon's mother. It's nice to meet you. I'm recording
I've never
this.
even met you, Joe. That's fine. Never even met your son. So, what's your son's name?
Solon.
Your son's name is Solon?
Solon Caskey, yes.
Okay. All right. You want to talk outside?
That's fine.
Okay. How can I help you today?
My problem is this. Apparently, there's all these 80 hours of training that makes your officers mental health experts that decided my son needed to be Baker acted. No one from the school notified me that there was any kind of a problem. Your officer told my son he was being Baker acted. When he tried to leave, he was beaten up and brought here.
Okay. He wasn't beaten up. I wasn't there.
The marks on my son's head say otherwise.
Okay. You have a question?
I want to know why this is necessary. I can take care of him. He does not need to be Baker acted.
Okay. All right. Once he's done with the Baker Act procedure, then you can take care of him. Okay. He apparently threatened to kill somebody. So
Someone else threatened to kill him, which is written down in graffiti in the boys' bathroom at the school, which a teacher took a picture of. And I'd like to press charges for that.
Okay. When we're done here, you can go to the school and complain to them. Okay.
So you're telling me my son's going to be kidnapped by the state, no matter what I say?
I would never tell you that.
That's what you're telling me. He's going to be Baker acted.
No, he's being evaluated for his own good and for everybody else's good. Okay, that's what a Baker Act does.
A Baker Act takes him out of my custody for 72 hours and hands him over to the state.
Maximum 72 hours. It could be 1 hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours. Okay? If he talks to them rationally. Apparently the school psychologist is the one that recommended it, so Officer Chow sat in with that interview, and he would not even talk to them. And that's when...
Yeah, he won't talk to them.
Okay. And that's where he's at right now. And that's why he's at.
And, the school psychiatrist,
I don't even know who she is now.
years and years ago tried to say he was a sexual deviant for drawing tails on a monkey. So how much faith do I have in the school psychiatrist?
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, who do I talk to about the marks that are on my son's head?
Miss Corsoletti, you can talk to.
The principal? Your officer put those marks on my son's head
How did he do that?
by putting him in handcuffs.
Okay. Well.
This officer told me it was several officers that was fact wrestling him to the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
So who do I talk to about the marks that were put on my 16-year-old son's head?
You're talking to me right now. What would you like to know?
How do you feel this is right? How do you justify this? A grown man beating up a child without the mother even being aware that there's a problem.
When you are calm, we can talk.
I am calm.
All right. You have a good day.
I am calm. Just because I'm not agreeing with your point of view doesn't
I
make
haven't
me
said
calm or
anything.
irrational.
I haven't said anything. What did I say? I said you could talk to Miss Corsoletti. What else did I say? That I didn't agree with you.
You're basically saying that your
What
officer
else did I
has
say?
nothing to do with it.
What did
It's
I
all
say,
in the
though?
school.
What did I say?
You said talk to Miss Corsoletti.
Okay, yeah, because you're upset about the school bringing your son to the room. That's what you're scared. That's what you're worried about. You're upset that the school psychologist.
No, I'm upset that your officer put all those marks all over my son's head.
Okay, I was not there. Okay, I'm coming off a different call myself. So if you want me to answer questions that I don't have the answer to, I can't do that. All right, I have the answer to what exactly I just told you.
Who do I file a complaint with?
You can file a complaint with the Point Grove Police Department 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We are an accredited agency. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's really the problem?
What's really the problem?
Yes, I've never met you, never met your son. Let's start over.
What's really the problem?
Yes.
The problem is the school resource officer beat up my son.
Okay. Is he going to be medically cleared, or what's his status?
No one's seen him yet, as far as I'm aware.
The nurse said she's away from blood and stuff.
Okay. Once he gets the blood results, he'll go talk to somebody.
Blood results of what? Who took blood from my son without my permission?
We haven't told him. Dr. Styles ordered some draw blood.
But if you don't want to, but if it's Baker acted, we have to do it. That's what
Okay.
the doctors ordered.
All right.
But I don't feel he needs to be Baker acted. He needs to be brought home and
Go home and what?
his life made miserable for his behavior, but he doesn't need to be Baker acted.
So you think
He's a 16-year-old with too much testosterone. This is all over a girl and a threat made by another boy against his life over a girl. This is too much testosterone, not a mental problem.
Okay. The problem is, without him being able to communicate, they have to make decisions based upon the information they have.
He can communicate.
He refused to communicate to...
Doesn't he have that right? He has the right to remain silent, right?
Okay, he's not under arrest, so he doesn't have the right. But of course, we can't force him to talk.
Mm-hmm. But you are forcing him to talk because you're saying if he doesn't talk, he's Baker acted.
No, you're putting words in my mouth again. I'm not saying that.
But isn't that what's happening?
Whenever we're ready, whatever you need to do, just go ahead.
Isn't that what's happening, though?
No, ma'am, it's not. It's not. Everything's going to be okay. We are not forcing your son to talk, and we would never force him to talk.
But if he doesn't talk, he's Baker acted.
No. We
He refused to talk.
We make our judgment based upon the facts that we have already.
And
And what? What don't you understand? He has threatened to kill somebody at the school.
because someone at the school threatened first to kill
Do
him.
you think it's okay for him to threaten to kill somebody?
No, I don't. And I was trying to communicate with the school this morning to get this all straightened out when the school, once again, got Punta Gorda Police involved. This whole thing is unnecessary.
Go ahead.
So-
No, this is it's not very long, but I can't just type with the keyboard. That would take me, a minute and a half on the keyboard, but it's a single code call. Yeah, I could put a USB keyboard into it, but there's so many factors.
Have a good day.
Oh, you won't talk to me because I'm recording?
No, I'd like to have a conversation without recording.
I don't.
Okay.
You can talk to me, though. You can tell me what the psychiatrist said. Excuse me, sir. I'm recording for my own protection until I have all the information straight. Why won't you tell me what was said just because it's on camera?
Have a good night.
No, I'm going back to my son.
Have a good day then. If that hits you back, you can come back.
You can talk to me about what was said by the psychiatrist on speakerphone. Really?
Hey, excuse me, you can't videotape anywhere except with your...
What's going on?
There's a thing going on between the girl he likes and that kid. But what I'm saying is, sir, the very first threat...
He's gonna run again.
The kid...
I appreciate you talking to me without having to, man to man. So if you want to talk to me outside, I'll talk to you. Your mother's a little emotionally upset right now.
And I get her why, because, I've been through this same kind of stuff.
If you talk to him and he explains exactly what happened, because I wasn't there, you'll probably understand what happened.
And that's what I'm trying to get out of him.
I bet he'll explain to you better that
Is there any way that we can be?
the hospital doesn't allow visitors for Baker patients. Okay, so
Even his parents.
yes,
A minor.
it's up to. He's right there with his adult right now.
Gage is back
Can
there.
I talk outside and explain what exactly is going on? I don't know your son's first name.
Solon?
I'd appreciate it if I can talk without her videotaping me. Can we not have a man-to-man conversation?
Well,
This is for our protection as well as yours. What's wrong with having the record straight?
All right, we're going to document the threat to himself and others, and we're just going to make sure to do the best thing for your son. That's all we're doing. Okay?
3 days?
No, sir. That's a maximum.
Yeah, I know.
That's maximum. If he goes and sees somebody and they say he's fine, then he gets released.
Okay.
That's
But,
it.
yeah, we all want to get to the bottom of everything.
I wasn't there.
I know. No,
Okay.
it's not-
Okay. So
I mean,
if I don't have answers for you, it's because I'm not.
oh, I know you're doing a job.
I'm trying to.
You're just trying to keep it.
And then while we're here, the hospital is trying to
Evaluate his.
and do business.
Mhm.
Restorations, so they just they're very allowed to come in and they don't allow anything. So if you want to switch out your son and see your youngest son, that's fine. Okay, but we can't have
A whole bunch. I understand that.
Okay.
No, I do understand. I just.
But
I don't even know what happened.
I don't know all.
I'll
the
show you
facts.
what happened. I'll show you the pictures.
I was gonna work it. I get their phone call.
Yeah. So I'll go tell your son you're here. Okay. Can you let me back in?